Hello everyone, my name is Abdul Aziz Ahwan from Indonesia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to learn together how do we convert from Figma into Flutter, which we are going to convert job search UI design. So let's get started. First thing first, I want to say thank you to all of you who have supported me to this channel, and now you can also support me by click super thanks from this video. And also, you can support me by click join membership to this channel to support me on making video. Alright, before we are going into tutorial, I'm going to share some useful information for you. Mock Plus Black Friday sale up to 60% off from 1 to 30 November. Mock Plus RP is an online prototyping tool for web, mobile, and desktop app project. It allows designer and team to design, collaborate, and present ideas. In this Black Friday sale, you can get Mock Plus RP with 35% off for annual plan or 60% off for perpetual plan. And for team with 1 up to 9 users, Mock Plus RP is just $149 US. And if you have more than 10 users, you can just pay only $119 US. The big news, now we can import Axure to Mock Plus RP. Import Axure file for further editing and seamlessly move to the next step. This new feature perfectly converts your Axure prototype, allowing instant co-editing, testing, sharing, and handoff. For Mock Plus Cloud, you get 50% off, and you will get unlimited guests, unlimited active project, unlimited design, unlimited project folder, and unlimited admins. Last but not least, for Mock Plus Classic, you get 50% off for individual, 60% off for team, and 50% off for enterprise, billed annually. And for perpetual plan, you get 55% off on all options, which is individual, team, or enterprise. This is an excellent choice, and now it's your time. Many designers and teams are making the switch from Adobe XD and Axure to Mock Plus. So why are you still waiting? Just click link in the description below to claim Black Friday sale now. Alright, so as we can see, this is the UI design we want to convert into Flutter app. So this UI design designed by Abdullah Al-Noman. So you can appreciate to this designer. We can connect at LinkedIn, Instagram, and so on and so on. So you can just duplicate to your Figma. So I have duplicate. So this is what I have. Alright, so as we can see here, we have 3 screens, which is it's kind of like onboarding, and the second one is home screen, and then we have a detail screen. But in this video, we are going to focus only this home screen or main screen, whatever you name it. Alright, as usual, we need to create a new Flutter project. You can just download through link in the description below to get Flutter starter project, which is contain like app style. So I have translate like a color, and then assets, which is this icon, and so on. So you can just click link in the description below to get the starter project, and then let's import or open with our favorite IDE. Alright, so this is our starter project, and as usual, our starter project usually it's contain like app style and size config here. So if you are follow my previous video, you often see like this size config which contain like screen width, screen height, and then block size horizontal, block size vertical, and so on. So this kind of like to reduce, we don't need to write again, and write again. So we can just call like screen width, screen height, or we can just call block size horizontal or block size vertical. And app style here contain like styling for our app, like color, which is this constant white F5, so we can name it as we want, but we can give a name based on the functionality. Here F5 black 18, and this is our font, which is Google font Poppins. So next we need to call Flutter pubget first. Alright, and next we need to install Google font. So we can check on this pubspec.yml, and as we can see here, so you can choose version as you want. In this video I use version the latest one, which is 6.1.0, and then we need to install another one, which is Flutter SVG. So we will see here Flutter SVG version 2.0.9. Alright, so we have installed all the package we need in this section. Alright, so let's move to main file. So here, as usual, this main file is kind of like a template from Flutter. So it's kind of like a counter app. So we can delete everything inside this main.dat, and let's try to write our own code. Alright, so first thing first, let's create a new stateless widget, name it as my app here to remove the error. And here our main app need to return a material app, and inside material app what we want to have here, we need to remove debug banner, and next we need to set the home to be home page. Yeah, as you guess here, home page haven't yet exist, so we have error look like this. So let's next create home page as stateless for now. And what we need to do here, inside our home page, we need to return something. What we need to return here is a scaffold widget. Alright, and inside this home page, we need to call our size config, so we can initialize our size config here using init and then context here. So when we click on init function, it will say like this. So we call media query dot width and then media query dot height and so on and so on. So it's based on the context here. Alright, so inside our scaffold widget, now we can add another widget we want. So let's see in the design. So as we can see here, we have user avatar, and this is an icon, or we can make it as button, because this kind of like notification icon. So if there is a new notification, we will see like maybe like a dot or something to make it looks like there is a new notification. So we can make it to be clickable. And below that we have it's kind of like list view. Here we have list of job. Here 40 job found, and here it's kind of like sort, all relevant, and so on and so on. So here it's kind of like a floating action button, but we can search using this floating action button. So how do we do that? So let's work here. Alright, inside our scaffold widget, we need to set like background color, and here we starting call our app style, which is k white f5, and below that we need to say a body, and we set the body to be save area. And inside this save area we will have child, and the child will be single child scroll view, and we set the padding to be symmetric, maybe horizontal 24 for now. And inside this single child scroll view, we need to have a column, because we have widget or component from top to bottom, so we can simply think it's a column. Alright, inside this column will have children, and the first child is maybe a row widget, because as we can see here we have two widgets on the left and on the right, which is user avatar and icon notification. So here we can set children, and inside this children we can simply say circle avatar, and we can set the radius to be 22. So we can check here, we see the width is 44, we can divide by 2, or we can simply radius is a half of the all available width here. So we will get 22 number here. And for the background image we can use network image, and we can provide a URL here, so we can maybe search my image. So what we have here, so maybe we can use this image, and copy image address and paste here. Alright, and next, so maybe we can try to preview in our device, so we can just run this. I hope it will be fast. Alright, starting VSCODE BL. I hope there's no error. Alright, VSCODE build done. It just 17 seconds. Alright, as we can see here, we have my image here. And next, below this circle avatar, we want to call svg picture.assets. But before that, we need to say here, we need to go to pubspec.yaml. And as we can see here, we have assets folder, but we haven't yet declared the assets folder here. So we can just say assets and then assets slash. So it means we call all the file inside this assets. So we can just pubget here using this button and close that file, and we call here asset and then icon underscore notification and .svg. I hope we can hot reload. I'm sorry, there is no icon with icon underscore notification, but we need to add underscore none. Alright, so we see that icon, so we can just hot reload. Alright, and next we can go to row widget and we can set main axis alignment to be, what we need to do is space between. Alright, looks awesome. It's like the design here. Alright, so next we need to say, below that we need to have another row widget, but we need to add something like space, so we can use size box with the height around 24, and below that we will have row widget again, so we can set the children to be text widget here, and we can say 40 jobs font. But this is not the best practice, so in the real app we can make it as dynamic text or using dynamic data. So if we search a certain data, we can update it from the data available. So if we get around 20 job, we can change this to 20 and so on and so on. So for now we make it as static text here, which is for the job found, and we can make a style using bold, and we change like color to be K, black 18, and the second one is font size will be size config, block size horizontal, and then we need 2 times by 3. Alright, awesome. And next we need to have another text widget. I'm sorry. Okay, and next we just need to duplicate this kind of text. Alright, and we need to change this to be all relevance. Alright, and we need to change this main axis alignment to be space between. Alright, and we need to just change this color to be K blue primary, and another one, we need to change the font to be just semi-bold, not bold. Alright. Alright, next we need to add this kind of a little icon. So here below that we add SVG picture asset, and we call assets and then icon arrow drop down dot svg. I hope it's available. Alright, and we can group this to inside the row, look like this, and now it's similar with this. Or we can add a little spacing here. Maybe here we can add size box using just 4, and we can add sconce here. Alright, and when we see the design here, the designer have been separate like this job cut, so we can make this cut as a separate widget. So it's, I think, to make easier to maintain, so we can separate job cut as separate widget. So next, what we do below that, we need to here, which is below this row widget, and we can add another size box. The height is just around 16 to give a little bit space. And below that, now we can just say list builder, but we say list view dot builder. All right, inside this list view dot builder, as usual, we can set like a basic, and we set it to be never scrollable basic, because you know this list view inside another list view, which is a single child scroll view. So we can disable this scroll on list view here, and we set string wrap to be true, and then item count. So for demo purpose, we can set it to be just 10. Item builder, we can, as usual, context and index, and we need to return something here, and we need to return job cut. All right, and all right, this job cut have not available, so we can create this job cut as stateless widget. All right, now it's not error, and here we can start creating this job cut. All right, inside this job cut, let's say from this, so at least we need like job company image, and then job type, full-time, work from home, work from anywhere, and so on. And it's kind of like a salary, and then job name, and job status. So here we can create like a parameter here. So what we need to do here, we need to create like string position, and then company image, status, and also job types here to make our cut clickable. using void callback, and we name it as onTap. Alright, so at least we need to have position, company image, that's as types, and this function onTap. And here we can make it require position, and then company, and then company image, status, and then types, onTap. Alright, at least we need to have this. So we can change this to be key here. And here we make it as super key. Alright, so we can make it. Alright, next here inside our job card, so we can just remove this cons here. Alright, so inside this job card we can return something, and we want to return a gesture detector. And inside this gesture detector we can set onTap to be onTap as we create before. And for the child we can make it as container, because container have a lot of properties. Like height, we can set it to be like the design, which is 113, so we can make it as static or dynamic. And decoration, we can set box decoration because we want to set like border radius, and we can use circular, and we can set it to be what we have here, job cut. We have 12 value here, and we can just paste here. The color we set to white, and box shadow we can set it to be box shadow, and we can set like offset to be 0.04, and then color K shadow with the opacity just 0.05, which is just 5%, and spread radius to be 0. Alright, I think that's all for this container. And container also have padding. We can set it to be symmetric. Horizontal is 16 and vertical is 18. And then we have margin, so we can set it only bottom, so we can give a separation for each card using this margin bottom. So we can set it to be size config, block size vertical, and I think it's just 1% using this block size vertical times to 1, which is just 1% of the available height of the screen, I mean. And we set the child to be column, because as we can see here, we have widget from top to bottom, so we can simply think it's a column widget. And inside that column we can set like the first widget will be row widget, and here we have image and job name. And first we need to set column main axis alignment to be space between, Alright, and next we have row. We set the cross-axis alignment to be start, and the second one, main axis alignment to be space between, and we have children, which is row widget, and we set cross-axis alignment to be start again. Alright, inside this row widget, we need to have a container with the height is around 40, width also 40. This is for company image, so we can set a box decoration, border radius. So for this border radius we can remove. So what we need to have here, we need to set image to be decoration image, and we can get image from network image, which we can provide an URL here. So let's say Google logo. So let's find what we need to get here. Let's say square. I think this one, I hope it's alright. But for now, we make it, we set it using our variable, which is company image here. And below this row widget, we need to, below this container, we can add a size box with the width just 8. And next, we need to add column, and column will have children, and the first children will be text, and then the text will be position, and we set the style to be semi-bold, and we change the color to be black 18, and the size will be horizontal times 4. Alright, and we need to set cross-axis alignment to be start here. And next, we need to add another text, which is for company name. So below that, we need to add another text widget, so we can just, I think, duplicate this, and we can change this to be company. The style will be medium. Alright, the size will be just 3. Alright, and next we need to add this job status. So yeah, this is for this row. Next here, we need to add like a job status. So for now, it will be error look like this. And next, we need to have another row, which is this. We set main axis alignment to be space between. So this job status for this applied expire soon, or by default it's just blank. And this row is for this below for a job type, which is full-time, remote, and the salary. And also, we need to set main axis alignment to be space between. And here, we need to move to outside, and we need to create a new job status as widget. And we want to use switch case, and we say its status. Case 1 is expires. So when the status is expires or expired, we can just return a container, and then we need to transform magic 4, and we need to translate translation value, and we can translate the x value to be 16, and the y and z will be 0. And the height will be just 620 as the design here. So it's 20. And next, we need to change the color to be K yellow expired, and we set the padding here using symmetric and horizontal just 6. And then we set the child will be center, so we want to make everything will be center here, exactly center. And inside this center widget, we want to add text widget, and we say expired soon, look like this. And then we need to set style will be semi-bold, and we change like color will be white, and font size will be just 2.3. So this is for case 1. Another case is applied. Here we need to return look like this, almost look like this, but it just different color. So here we also need to translate just 16, and we need to change this color to be green, and this will be applied. Alright, and we also need to set the default value will be just blank container, and we need to break. Alright, and next we need to move this job status widget inside this job card. Look like this. So we move our job status widget inside our job card. So here we can also return blank container here. Alright, so by default it will return this blank container look like this. Next, let's move to this job status again, and let's go to this row widget, and inside that row we still need to add this job type and salary. So let's go here, let's add expanded widget. The child will be size box, and we can set the height to be 21. The child will be list view builder, and inside this list view builder, item count based on this types dot length. If the length more or equal with 2, we want to only show 2. Look like this. Here, item count, if the data of types the length more than 2, we just need to show 2. And we need to set string wrap to be true, and then scroll direction to be horizontal, and we set the basic to be never scrollable basic. Item builder, set it to context and index, and we need to return something here. And what we want to return is container as usual, because container is flexible. Inside this container, we set the padding to be symmetric. Horizontal value will be 8, and then margin to be right just 5. And decoration, we set it to be box decoration, and we set border radius to be circular, and we set the value to be 25. And next, we need to set the color to be K, white, F5. Look like this. And we set the child to be center, and the child again will be text widget. And what we need to do here, types index. And we need to set the style like font will be medium, and we need to change like color to be black 18, and also size will be just 3. Just 3 of the screen width, 3%. Alright, and next we need to add another widget, which is this below expanded. We need to add text widget, and the text will be yearly. So I think we need to add one more again, which is so we can make it as string for now. So salary. So we can set it here, look like this. And inside this text, we need to set style. So we set it to be regular, and we change like color to be black 18, and then font size will be horizontal times 3. Alright, so we still have an error here. So here we need to add salary. Alright, and let's go to this red error. Inside this job cut, Now we can start give a data for the parameter we have, like a position. So we say senior product designer, and the company will be Google Incorporate, and then company image will be, so we can Google logo here and just copy this image address space here. Wow, it's too long, so let's find another image. So I think this, all right, it's better. And status, we can set it to be applied, and types, we can make it as const, and here we say full time, and then remote and contractual. And next we set a salary. So let's say, so we can copy from this here, and we need to add on tab one more here. All right, let's hot reload. I hope there is no error. All right, so we see the data here, but we have a little bit error here on job type. All right, so let's go to our row widget, which is in our job card. So let's find maybe white F5 here. This not vertical, I think we can set it to be horizontal. All right, so we can simply change this font size to be block size horizontal, and now it solved the problem. All right, so here let's go to salary. We can remove this. All right, and let's modify. So let's say we change status from applied to expired. So it will change this component to be yellow. How about the default is blank? So when the status is not two option, which is applied and or expired, so it will be just blank. All right, so look like this. All right, it's awesome. Let's see the design. So I think it's similar, but we can add a little bit icon here. So let's go to job status. Let's try to modify this. Move this text widget, and let's try to change this to be row widget, and then the children will be text and the left will be icon. Let's try this. It's work, but we need to change the size here to be, I think it's very small. It's just 10. All right, so it's item, and we need to change the color to be white. Alright, and to make sure, we need to set the main axis alignment to be center, cross also to be center. And here we can add a little bit space using size box with the width, I think 4. Alright, but I think it's too small. I think it's, or how to make it same with this. How about 3? Alright, I think it's cool with this 3. And next we can just copy this row widget and move to this center and just change this to be expired. And how about change this to be warning circle, I don't know, warning around it, or we can simply export this icon and then we can use SVG. But for now we can make it as warning, look like this. And let's try modify to be expired. What we say here. Alright, it's worked. And next we need to add this floating. So I think we can change this to be applied. Alright, so here we can go to top of the save area here on scaffold widget. We can call floating action button. Here firstly we can call floating action button location. We set it to be floating action button dot center float, so it will make the floating action button always visible. And the next we need to set floating action button to be container, and here we set the padding to be symmetric, horizontal 14, and the vertical will be just 8. And next we set the height to be, we can see from this design it's 52. Here the width will be double dot infinity, and next margin will be symmetric, horizontal 24, and decoration will be box decoration, border radius circular 12, and then color blue primary. And the child will be row widget. As we can see here, we have a widget from left to right, so we can simply think it's a row widget. We set the main axis alignment to be start, and then we add widget here. The first will be expanded, And inside this, we say text fill. So as we can see here, it's basically just text fill to search what we want to search. Alright. Inside this text fill, we can set style will be medium. We can change like color to be white. And here inside this text field, we can also change the controller to be text editing controller for now. Decoration will be input decoration. Content padding, we can set it to be symmetric. Horizontal 0. And then vertical also 0. And then a prefix icon inside this decoration will be padding, and we set the padding all 8. Look like this. And the child will be svg picture.asset, and we say assets / icon search.svg. Alright. Assets / icon search.svg, but we have a little bit error here. Alright. And hint text, we say something here. So I think look like this. And then hint style medium. We change the color to be maybe white. And then we set the fill to be true, border to be outline input border, and the border side will be border side color will be transparent, and border radius will be circular 0. Next, error border also look like this. And enable border also focus border. And next, disable border. Alright. And next, below this expanded, we need to add this vertical line. So first thing first, we can set size box with the width just 12, and then we can add vertical divider with the color white and thickness 1. Alright, and below this vertical divider we can copy again this size box, and we can add SVG assets, and we say assets icon filter list.svg. And now, as we can see here, we have icon here. Alright, so this is the design, and this is the Flutter app we have convert in this video. So maybe there is a little bit different from the design, like this icon, so we can change it later using our SVG, so we can export this design and import SVG here. Alright, so overall this is similar with the design, so we can just implementing like it will be tappable, clickable, and so on. So I think in the next video we'll try to convert this screen into Flutter. So yeah, I think that's enough my video today. If you have any questions or comment, write it down on the comment field. And if you want to download the source code from this video, you can just click link in the description below. Thank you so much, and see you again in the next video.